Hello again, cartoon collectors. We should have a special one today because this brand did some Porsches before and they were fantastic. So now this Mini Craftsman brand has done the Pagani Zonda 760 LH, which is the car that Lewis Hamilton had. This is like an $11 million car. It's, I guess, the only one, and someone bought it later and crashed it. I don't know if it was that fixed or just written off into history. Anyhow, we got the standard boxes within boxes and just a lot of extra plastic being thrown out and causing pollution and ending up in your brain. Not a fan of that. So finally, there we have this. I guess if you want to give it away as a gift or something, that's why. Okay, so you got the brand there. No licensing, but you know, it's a cartoon vehicle. Maybe you don't need licensing for that anyways. I don't know. And then we do have a very fancy, elaborate box. It's acrylic with some chromed or stainless screws. Another piece of acrylic that the car is on. We do have some tape dots we're going to have to remove as well. I hate these tape dots because they always leave this residue. And you got to use more tape to kind of get it off. But you only need to do that once, and then you pull it off vertically like this, and get the other one off. If you pull it slowly enough. I'm going to use a rubber band later, or just maybe put it back in the box. So the deformation of this is obviously so that it's not like the realistic thing. I think I may have reviewed a realistic version of this car as a scale model. Alright, so that's that, but the side view is the best for the deformation. If the front wheel is here, I would say this is roughly like a half length deformation, like 50% deformation lengthwise. And then we have the rear view there. Yeah, those exhausts coming out. It's very cool. So the lighting in here makes this look more like the last photograph. If you brought this out into the sunlight, maybe it'd look super purple, but here, well, actually, let's go to the base here. What does it say? Mini Craftsman Zonda 760 LH, and there's around 200 of this color. I gotta say, those wheels look fantastic because they're so thin, the spokes. What's unfortunate is they didn't paint the center cap purple because it's clearly anodized purple on the real photograph. But mold-wise, I mean, these are fantastic wheels. Look at this toothpick, right? So this spoke is thinner than the toothpick, or very close to it. So very delicate. You do not want to be rolling this. It's not going to roll anyways. Just don't even take it off the base, or you'll probably crush that wheel. There's a giant brake rotor back here, and it's probably photo etched metal because it's so shiny, right? And then the etching of the cross drilling. And then we have a three-dimensional brake caliper. Very nice. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't put the purple on the center of the wheels. But still, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so here we just have some black paint, it looks like. It's not... Oh, I am mistaken. Look at that. That's why you put things in focus. I'm at 4 times magnification. Look at the carbon fiber on this thing. It is fantastic. Again, look at the toothpick. A lot of models around this size, these lines would be really big, but these lines are so small, right? So it looks far more scale. It looks far more accurate. And then it's actually clear coated. Whatever's making this graphic look the way it does, it's underneath a clear coat. Very cool. Side skirt here. There's actually, I think, air right here. It's like a little side barge board or something on both sides, right? So I think... Yeah, see, it's literally passing air right there, and I assume back here as well. So, very cool. There's a little bump here. Yeah, that's supposed to be white or silver, so it would have been nice if they painted that as well. There's a little hand grab there for the door. The panel cuts are exceptionally thin. And then the rear wheel, as you can see, it's staggered in height. And same brake rotor, although this rotor is not centered. I don't understand, a lot of brands for some reason can't center their brake systems. All you have to do is put a hole, a little bit larger than the peg of this wheel, right? So I don't know why a lot of brands have a hard time with that. They just have these giant holes for the brakes, and so that's why the thing is offset from the wheel. It's very strange. Clearly a separate, very frail, glossy black mirror with a sticker on it. And then this snorkel here also looks like it has a carbon fiber graphic or treatment. It looks real. It's very impressive. The fine flake of this paint, it actually looks pink in this camera, but it's definitely purple. It's definitely a dark purple to the naked eye, but it looks, my camera tends to change the hue of things. Alright, look at this carbon again. Fantastic. It's under the clear coat. It's very realistic looking on a very unrealistic looking model, so it's funny. Yeah, that carbon even comes down here to the side of this chin spoiler and on the top as well. What is going on here? Whoa, this is like a... There's an air gap here. This is literally an air gap. That is crazy delicate. I didn't even know that was on the real car. I'd assume it is, but... So I'm gonna guess that's a photo etched piece of metal because it's so thin. And it's somehow bonded to this piece. It's actually dented a little bit there. I'm not gonna mess with it because I'll probably break it off. That's crazy detail though. Alright, look at the grill, and I gotta back out here. I'm pretty sure there's air behind that grill. Let me find the good old flashlight and see if we can see. Well, there's nothing actually back behind that grill, but there's clearly some air behind it, so that's neat. And then these two little fog lights, they're silver. I don't know if there's something in them, like a drop of resin. They look like silver cylinders to me. Anyhow, that's the best I can describe them. So the carbon on the center of the hood, again, fantastic. And then we have Pagani, maybe? That script says Pagani Rodeno? Is that the person's first name? I don't know. And then what's under it? Something Anishing Point 9. What? This is even. That's not even English. Hold on. Anishing Point 2022. Maybe that's when this car. Oh wow! I actually see that on the real front photograph. So this car must have been made or delivered in 2022 to Lewis Hamilton. And that's quite interesting. Alright. The headlights here, yeah, there's some funky separate headlight buckets. And then there's some sort of, projector looking lamp kind of things. I think they're photo etched metal, but you can see there's a dome here, so I think they'd put a drop of clear resin on them. There's nothing for the bottom one though. That should be a little white thing as well. I think they could have put a little dot of silver paint in there to help it out. Just like here, there's a silver paint recess here, and that's where the Pagani logo would reside. So it's a shame they didn't just add some silver paint in that tiny dot. Oh boy, this camera's freaking out between the darkness of the carbon and the reflection and all that stuff, but in general it's a pretty nice smooth paint job, as you can see. Like the sharpness of this reflection is very, very sharp. There's no orange peel on this at all. Maybe they polish these after. So here we have what I would assume, maybe a photo etched piece of metal for the wiper blade. We'll do the interior later. So the rear wing here, look at the carbon on that. And look at how thin those metal struts are. Crazy. Same with the central fin here. It's a metal piece with carbon on it. Wow, so these wing struts are interesting. It's one piece, but it looks like two, right, on each side. Okay. So it's running slicks. That's fine by me. I would rather have slicks instead of truck tires with big knobbies on the side. Yeah, this diffuser is pretty crazy in its shaping, but also the carbon graphic all over it. Quite impressive. And then we have obviously the red reflector, and then these white lights back here. So I assume, again, maybe it's a piece of metal and they put resin on it because without it, without the metal back there, it'd just be black, right? Because it'd be on this carbon surface. So the metals are acting as the reflector bucket. These exhausts are fantastic. I think this is 5 tubes. I think each of these is a tube, but all 4 of those are inside this other tube, because look how thin this thing is. And look how round they are, right? So I think those are literally metal tubes cut and glued into something. And then there's black paint in there. The grill back here, again, very fantastic. And in this case, I'm thinking those are exhaust tubes. Right? Maybe some exhaust tubes, or there's something silver back in there. Yeah, very neat. Yeah, very cool. Alright. And then a little bit of red paint for the third brake light, which is good. And then underneath the wing, let's see if they even bothered carbon here. Yeah, look at that. Even the bottom of the wing has a carbon graphic. That's crazy. The wing is actually, it's like got 2 deflectors here on the sides. I wonder if those are active aero. Alright, I think that's it for the sides. Going to the top now. Look, again, carbon. Looking good. In this case, we have a different pattern here. Probably representing a vent or something. And then look at this. Yeah, very nice with the cool color showing through. So someone masked that off, or maybe this is a decal. But look, the line itself is so straight. It's very impressive. And again, it looks pink in this video, but it's purple to my naked eye. Or actually, now it does look a bit purple. Here's just plain black. Carbon, 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 carbon. Alright, so then we have the super thin, like packaging kind of plastic. And now let's look right into that interior. The dashboard is a matte black. And look at the side vents, how they're painted that purple color. And then we have some blue bucket seats. Look at the little steering wheel. This thing's funny. But it actually has a photo etched paddle shifter thing on the back side of the steering wheel. Alright. So funky looking Pagani seats there. Boy, I gotta be really careful not to touch those mirrors or the rear wing. I gotta get the flashlight. There's too much reflection. I need to overpower that light above us. Alright, just a blank wall back there. Emergency brake. Oh, and now we have more purple and some silver in the center console. I don't know if there's going to be anything in the instrument bit cluster. Oh, well, look at that. I think there's something in those 2 middle vents. Maybe there's silver paint? Yeah, there's no light there. Now there is, but see, it looks like there's maybe silver paint in those vents. Oh boy, let's see. Can I get into... Alright, so there is no decal on the instruments. Would have been cool. Could have been done, because that's a pretty wide surface for that instrument display. And then we have a steering wheel. Possibly silver paint for the little bolts for the center of the steering wheel. Yeah, that's really cool. Door panels? I don't know. No, I don't think there's any door panels. Just smooth. That's fine. I doubt there's any pedals. Can't even see them anyhow. I gotta say, this thing is impressive. It's definitely bigger than 164 because the width of it, you know, that's definitely wider than a typical 164 scale model. Okay, comparison time. So yes, I do have this car as a realistic version from U2 did it. I apparently missed out on the purple one. But you see U2 did add the rings of color on the wheel knockoffs. In this case, they're red. So it is possible to do it. It's just that, you know, Mini Craftsman chose not to. But I gotta say, the Mini Craftsman has metal exhaust tubes. I don't think the YouTube ones are metal. They're just plastic molded. It's still a fantastic model, don't get me wrong. I just think it's harder to make a deformed vehicle. But maybe that's why this is so big, because it is hard to put an interior into something shrunken down like that, right? So the bigger things are, the easier they are to make, of course. Alright, let's get this out of here. There actually is another Pagani as a cartoon variation. This is that Utopia, and it's done by Choro Q and KR Model. KR, I believe, is the designer, and maybe Choro Q is the manufacturer. I don't think they are, but there's some sort of body that joins a lot of deformed cars into one, as far as an entity of sales. Anyhow, this is the other Mini Craftsman. This is a 911 GT3 RS. There's around 300 of this color, and you can see again, it's very big. It's bigger than your standard 1/64 scale model, and I think again, so they could actually make it easier. As long as it fits within this case, I guess it's fine, right? I don't care how big it is. It's the display box that matters. Alright, but yeah, this one also has an interior and a lot of color. This one, the centers are colored, but maybe it's because it's easier to put black on gold than to try to put purple on black. It's really hard to do. So, alright, anyhow, you can look at reviews of those other ones. I added my own license plate, I think, to this one. So Mini Craftsman, another fantastic job. Look at all the parts on this thing. And then the paint finish is flawless. That carbon fiber is just amazing. It is on par or better than all 1/64 realistic looking models. In fact, if I actually look at this U2 one, the carbon weave on this is bigger. See how big those lines are? Right? It still looks good, but they're a decal, and they're exposed decals, it looks like. They look wrinkly, that carbon fiber. So, but this one, it looks like wet carbon, clear-coated carbon, because it is actually clear-coated, right? And then, yeah, just the fineness. At the same distance, it's really even hard to tell this carbon detail on there. It's only when you get really focused in. So, in many aspects, this brand is doing a better job than the premier realistic-looking 1/64 scale models. So, applause. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this brand continues making cool models, because these are way cooler than your typical stuff, I think. Very neat. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time around.